When you won't want me, when you won't want me, I'm in San Francisco, Jammy. When you won't want me, when you won't want me, I just flew into Miami.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me from throughout the whole world. Just like you know, my name is Kazim Yekin and I'm a Lagos-based property broker. A broker with the ultimate goal to assist real estate investor to build sustainable wealth over a period of time. So this morning, I want to talk about the 5 fatal dangers associated with off-plan. This is something I'm supposed to have done for a few days ago, but I've been busy from one training to another to inspections with clients, all to ensure that we get everything right. Because what makes you a rational investor is beyond putting money on the ground, is beyond buying at the right time. It also has to do with you getting what you're paying for, getting value for what you're paying for. And that is more reason why I feel sharing these critical issues with you this morning will help a lot in guiding your investment decision. So I'll be going right now. It's going to be very short. I'm not going to bore you with a lot of stories. So I'll be sharing 5 fatal dangers associated with off-plan project or property with you. But you cannot successfully do that without you telling the world the benefit associated with off-plan. So I'll be explaining the benefit associated with off-plan, and on the other side I'll be explaining the danger associated with each of them. So let's go. What do we mean by off-plan properties? People call it a property you are buying on installment plan without it necessarily being on the completion stage. Well, it is a good definition, but I see off-plan as a system through which investors acquire property on installment basis, and the type of property they are buying does not necessarily have to be completed. So when you are buying an off-plan, you're buying a promise, you're buying into a vision, you are buying into a goal being put together by a developer. So what are the benefits associated to off-plan property? The first benefit associated to off-plan property is that you have the opportunity of choosing your preferred unit. Yes, you heard that right. You have the opportunity of choosing your preferred unit. If you are keen into off-plan property, especially when you are an early taker. What do I mean by early taker? When you subscribe early, you have the opportunity or the privilege to choose your preferred unit. Then what is the danger associated to that? If an off-plan project is coming up and you are seeing it repeatedly, but you don't think you should take action on time, delay in action could make you get whatever is available, not what as against what you preferred. This is the case with most of the finished property. You get what is made available, not what you prefer. That is the danger associated to that one. The second one is opportunity to building material adjustment. In most of the finished property we have seen today, most of the buyers don't have access to material, the quality of material being used to transform or to bring these units to reality. Once they get there, they like it, they just pay for it. Once they get there, they like it, they conduct their little search and all that. The moment they find out that, oh, the property is genuine, they paid for it. Look at the danger. The danger associated to that is, I'm not saying it's not a good decision, it is a good decision, but the danger associated to that is that, unlike an off-plan project, when you're buying a finished project, you don't have access to developer to tell him, oh, I don't like this type of tiles, I don't like this type of roofing, I don't like this type of, can you please help me adjust it? That is the danger associated with it. And you'll also be buying at the current market price. Now pay attention to this very one. This is the third one. It is very important to pay attention to it because It could make you lose millions of dollars, not in terms of you throwing money out, but in terms of paying more for more than paying more for that particular property. Now, when you are buying off-plan property, bear this in mind, especially when you are an early taker. You have the opportunity to buy at price below the market value. Take for instance, when you can buy a fully finished property for 80 million, but if it is on if you are buying through off-plan system, you can buy such property for 65 million, especially when you are on an early takers. Now look at the gap, the margin between 80 million and 65 million. That's about 15 million naira. You can calculate that in dollar. This will be determined by the volume or the value of the property in question. It could go in millions of dollars, in millions of nairas, and all that. So if you're buying property, pay attention to any off-plan project. The moment you hear is off-plan, you quickly key in, because you have the chance of buying far below the market value. Now, delay to do that would mean that, oh, you can lose out of, you can leave some money on the table. And you know what defines you as a rational investor or a rational decision taker? It is your ability to take the right time, to take right decision at the right time, meaning that you don't have to delay. And that is what people are, taking advantage of in real estate. So the danger associated to buying at price lower than the market value is that if you delay, you're going to pay more than necessary, because before the completion of most projects, they must have appreciated to, some appreciate to 30% of the pre-launch price, 40%, and all that. So the fifth one is you have the opportunity to pay at your own pace, and this makes it possible for almost every income earners to own property. There are people with this mentality of I will buy tomorrow, I will buy next tomorrow, or I don't have enough income, I don't have enough money. And with off-plan property, you can decide to pay if the developer asks you to pay 30% of the value of a particular property you are interested in. Oh, that's fine. Then you spread the balance for a period of either 6 months, 12 months, or 18 months, depending on the plan of the developer. Sorry. Then the last one is that you have the privilege to sell or to resell at the secondary market. This is a huge opportunity to any early takers of off-plan property. Now take for instance, after making your initial deposit of 30%, if the property is like 30 million, 40 million, or 50 million, initial deposit of 30 million will be like 3 million, and that is mostly on pre-launched price. By the time the property the project commences, then it gets to few months and you are seeing structures in place, it is already appreciating. You might end up selling at the double of the price you bought it. However, take note of something: the appreciation of any property doesn't end when the off-plan project completes. No, it doesn't end there. You could sell for as higher price as possible, as long as the developer delivers up to the expectation. Now imagine you don't key into off-plan project, or you are not an early taker. Definitely you'll be buying at the same market value. So those are the benefits and the dangers associated to off-plan property. In case you'll be interested in most of the off-plan properties that you can buy at reasonable price, especially when they are at pre-launch price, you can call the number on the screen. We have a lot of off-plan property within Lekki-Ajah axis of Lagos that can put more money into your pocket. I mean more money. I can give you an instance of Forland Court Phase 2 Obanwa. We started selling it as off-plan late December 2020. Three bedroom bungalow was selling for 12 million naira. We single-handedly marketed that product, and as at today, you can get for less than 22 million naira the same unit. So you can imagine within the shortest possible period. You can imagine the value. And the same thing, the cash